Hi, I'm Marie Tran. I'm in the new movie, The Wedding Banquet, and I'm here with Yahoo Queer Voices. I had never been on a set before that was primarily queer, from the cast but also the crew, and it just made me realize how much I loved that part of my identity and how I wanted to share it with the world and be proud of it. So it was such a gift to be around the people I got to work with, and I feel like my life has changed for the better ever since. The more queer representation we can have in the world, the better the world will be. I think for me particularly, getting to be part of The Wedding Banquet and recognizing that this film does such a good job of exploring what a chosen family is, and recognizing that, as a young woman that grew up in the States, I grew up with a very narrow definition of the word family, and I think this film does such a good job of broadening that definition and helping people realize that maybe your family doesn't look like what you're told it's supposed to look like, but as long as it's healthy and is supportive of you, chosen family is still family. And yeah, I think it would make the world better if we had more films like this. Being on a set that was not just primarily Asian, but was also primarily queer, I just thought to myself, wow, I feel like I can breathe. I feel like I can for lack of a better word, my friend always says this, I feel like I can unclench my butt, and just be relaxed. And I feel like I don't have to explain myself and justify my existence and justify my perspective and my point of view. There's no explaining that has to happen. You're just sort of understood because everyone else also understands and has lived that experience. So yeah, being on that set made me feel just so seen without having to do the work. I think The Wedding Banquet is special for many reasons. The main one maybe being that it's such a personal film to Andrew Ron, who co-wrote with James Schamus and also directed the film. And I think that he used so much of his personal life, and also so many of the actors did the same thing. I was just listening to Joan talk this morning and also Lily yesterday and Gichon as well, and just hearing about how so many of us instilled our personal lives into our characters. And Andrew is such a collaborative director, and he, there's so many moments that were not written into the script that different actors brought in. There are a few moments that I think were changed because Andrew and I had certain conversations, and I think the reason why it's so special is because as an audience member, you watch this film and hopefully you're able to just feel how personal and how important it is to the people who made it. I can vouch for that because I was on set when Andrew cried the day we were filming the wedding scene, and that's not a common experience that I've had while shooting. So it's pretty incredible to have been a part of, and I hope that translates. It's been such an honor to be part of things that are bigger than me. Playing Raya and playing Rose, they're just those properties are so much bigger than anything. I don't know. I still am at a lack for words because it's just unreal that I got to play those characters. I think it's such an honor to be part of things that I wish existed when I was a young girl. To be part of things I feel like would have helped me be proud of who I was at a young age, which, these are things that as a young girl, I didn't even know I was feeling. I didn't even know I was feeling ashamed of certain parts of my identity. I didn't know that I was feeling like I had to hide certain parts of my identity. So now to be in a place in my career where I'm not only able to celebrate being queer and celebrate being Asian is just so cool. Am I allowed to curse on here? Whatever. It's just so exciting to be at this point where now the things that I was afraid of, the things that I was hiding, I feel like, or felt like I had to hide, are now the things that I'm celebrating and making art about. And that's just, I am, really emotional thinking about that. I hope that I get to continue doing that. I'm a huge musical theater fan, so one of the first things that I saw with queer representation that I just loved was Rent. I just love that show so much. Margaret Cho is a very big queer role model to me. What a badass, and just so proud to be who she is. And I've never met her, but I'm a big fan. And I just hope to soak up that energy one day. And she has such confidence and so unapologetic, and I want to be more like that. There is a show on Netflix called Feel Good. Show is incredible, and I wish that it existed when I was younger. There's also, again, another musical reference, a show called Fun Home that is based on the life of Alison Bechdel. I love it so much. I didn't really get into the show until maybe high school, college, and I wish that I had that when I was like 7. I feel like that would have changed my life. What advice would I give to myself as a queer young person? I would say, keep going, surround yourself with people who love and accept you. It's going to get better, and you're gonna be so happy that you kept fighting and that you stayed alive. Yeah.